out of his office.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do a good ending. I'm not gonna do any. Just gonna go do it right now.
All of his co-workers
So
were
yeah.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, let's go to the meeting. Where's me? It's in here.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Shaw. Lots.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Alright, we're gonna go to the boss's office. I was gonna get fired, don't really care. Well, you offer later. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Sure thing, buddy. I know there's a window ending, I don't know which window it is though, so... Now... I'm just gonna... I'll show you all the details later. Why can't I open this?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
Close.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
5.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing a random button on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Alright, let's have a look what we got here. We got something in here, press the button. Oh, this is kind of creepy. Wow.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Wow, I have played Stanley Parable Deluxe, so I've already done this.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Got it. Big button. Let's press it.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television
I've already seen all
screens.
this.
What horrible secret did this place hold?
Time to find out.
Himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I think Stanley does, but it's about to be mesmerized. And one last button. No, there's a button after this.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers.
What
the lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Paul Stanley, someone give this guy an Oscar. Alright, last button. There's a button
This
after
mind
this.
control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
It can't be true,
Stanley
Stanley.
been under someone's control all this time?
Yes.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Paul Stanley, I should think
No. He refused to believe it. He
Stanley can't
couldn't
believe it.
accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Whoa, I can't see anything. Oh, here.
But here was the proof.
Oh no, Stanley. I'm sorry for your loss,
Controls
buddy.
labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad,
Where's the
or
labels?
content. Walking, eating, working, all of it
No labels
monitored
anywhere.
with
You're
knowledge
lying.
from this very
You're sort of lying
place.
to my face.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Stanley, don't really do this
For
thing,
he
bro.
would dismantle the controls once and for all.
What does this button do? I wanna know. Weird. Mind controls idle awaiting input. We're gonna turn it off. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Blackness and a rising
Stanley, what if you made the wrong decision, bro?
Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
Yeah, what about that, man?
How had he been freed from the machine's grasp?
Yeah, that confuses
What
me.
other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him.
Yeah, it does.
For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or
We done it.
whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
I miss my dog. On sand. What happens if I just say no? Oh no, we have to. This life is. Let me look at what they actually did.
Stanley
actually
felt
pretty
the
cool.
cool breeze upon his skin,
Whoa.
the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.